My elder sister, Lin Wei, didn't want to marry her rigid childhood sweetheart. She left a letter and ran away from the marriage without a second thought. I took her place. To keep Shen Yan from disliking me, I managed the household affairs diligently. I didn't dare make a single mistake. Shen Yan finally showed me a moment of warmth. Just when I thought I could live a stable life, my elder sister returned. The moment she came back, Shen Yan's usual restraint was gone. He was no longer keeping his distance. He scolded my sister for being unruly, but indulged her when she played the victim after hurting her leg. She jumped onto his back. I saw it. He simply explained that she was injured. My sister leaned on his shoulder. Don't overthink it, little sister. If there were anything between Shen Yan and me, I wouldn't have let you take my place in the marriage. I knew that, of course. This marriage was never meant for me. So I left a letter, packed some money for the journey, and left under the cover of night. My sister loved freedom. The day before the wedding, she realized she couldn't accept the arranged marriage. Nor did she want to marry the man she grew up with, her rigid and boring childhood sweetheart. She left a letter, saying she wanted to experience all that life had to offer. She left without warning, without alerting anyone, leaving the household in chaos. In the rush, no one could find her. Father didn't want to lose face. He ordered someone to put an ill-fitting wedding dress on me and stuffed me into the bridal sedan. Before I left, he said to me, earnestly, I know you've suffered before. The Shen family is a good one. As long as you please your husband, your future will be secure. I believed him, because I had met my sister's fiancé before. Shen Yan always had his lips pressed together. His brows were always furrowed. He seemed unhappy all the time. But once, when it was raining, he picked up a soaked little dog. His fine clothes were dirtied by the dog, but he didn't mind. Before I was brought back to the Lin family, I had also raised a dog. It was a village mutt. It was always dirty. People didn't have enough to eat, so the dog was skinny too. When the village children bullied me, the dog would run over and bark at them. It scared off all the bullies. Shen Yan was kind to the dog. He couldn't be a bad person. My sister didn't like him, but I quite liked him. But Shen Yan didn't like me. He lifted the bridal veil. When he saw my face, his face turned frighteningly dark. Why is it you? My throat tightened. I answered softly. My sister ran away. He clenched his fist. I heard his heavy breathing. I had only returned to the Lin family and had only seen him a few times. Every time I saw him, he was quiet and reserved. He was taciturn. It seemed like nothing could stir his emotions, but even the dullest person could tell he was angry. The moment he raised his hand, I shielded my head. Shen Yan's hand froze midair. He was taken aback by my reaction. He pinched the bridge of his nose and took a deep breath. Lin Wei went too far this time. I cautiously looked up and mentioned my sister. His anger seemed to subside a little. I remembered what father told me. I must please my husband. Summoning my courage, I called him my husband. Shen Yan's brow instantly furrowed. He looked at me with displeasure. The rest of my words and that sliver of courage vanished together. I grew up in a village. I'd never seen the world. But even I knew newlyweds are supposed to sleep together. Shen Yan didn't. He didn't like me. I thought he didn't want to see me. But the next day, when serving tea to my in-laws and other elders, he showed up. Everyone in the hall was well-dressed and proper. They looked at me with shock. My in-laws were already furious. They were about to explode. Shen Yan stepped forward slightly, placing himself in front of me. His voice was calm. Shen Yan and his wife offered tea to our elders. Looking at his back, I thought of the little dog that used to protect me. He really was a good man. Originally, my in-laws wanted my elder sister to be their daughter-in-law, but in the end, I was the one who married in. Now, the mere sight of anyone named Lin displeased them. Shen Yan seemed oblivious to his parents' dissatisfaction. He hired a tutor to teach me to read, then asked which of the arts I wanted to learn. I didn't understand any of them. I asked him timidly, what would my husband like me to learn? Shen Yan pressed his lips together. His brow creased. He looked at me sternly. You must have your own opinions. My lips trembled. Was being obedient wrong too? Before, if I was obedient, my foster parents wouldn't beat me. I obeyed father and came home to marry. Father was very happy, but obedience didn't work with Shen Yan. He usually didn't speak to me. Only after my tutor examined my studies would he say a few words to me. If the tutor praised me, his expression remained indifferent. But if the tutor said I was slacking, Shen Yan's look would terrify me. So I had to study relentlessly. Once I could read, Shen Yan had my mother-in-law teach me household management. Mother-in-law never gave me a kind look. The slightest mistake, and she would snap coldly. The Lin family really has some nerve finding such a wild child. During a lantern festival when I was 3, I was kidnapped. My parents never stopped looking for me. I was only recently found. I am not a wild child. The first time mother-in-law said that, I talked back. She clutched her chest, needing support to stand steady. When Shen Yan returned, he punished me by kneeling in the ancestral hall. Said I disrespected my elders. I knelt there all night. Later, exhausted, I curled up on the prayer mat. In my drowsy state, I remembered when I first returned home, my sister was bright and bold. If our parents said something she didn't like, she would argue back directly, leaving them speechless. She could do that. I couldn't. After that, I became even more careful. I made sure my mother-in-law couldn't find fault. I served her diligently. Even my tutor said I was improving rapidly. Shen Yan looked over my recent schoolwork. The corner of his mouth twitched slightly. He gave me a slight nod. It's barely passable. That was the first time he praised me. It was also the happiest moment since I married into the Shen family. I thought if I just kept being this good, kept getting better, Shen Yan would come to like me too. Father was right. Marrying Shen Yan, my future days wouldn't be bad at all. But then my sister came back. She'd been traveling for a year. She brought back a dashing young hero. She brought him to see Shen Yan. He brought gifts for both Shen Yan and me. Shen Yan accepted the gifts. He saw them off. He was perfectly polite. My sister smiled and said, "You're married now, but you haven't changed a bit. You little stick in the mud." Shen Yan just frowned slightly at the way she addressed him. I didn't think Shen Yan today was any different from usual. Until that night, he came to my bedchamber. Just like the young hero treated my sister, he gently stroked my hair. I looked up at him. His eyes were downcast. His voice was soft, as if he was thinking of something else. His mind wasn't in this room. Yet, he spoke to me. "Lin Yu, we are husband and wife. We should fulfill our marital duties." The night was long. In the morning, Shen Yan drew my eyebrows. My heart was full of joy. We were finally truly husband and wife. I eagerly told him amusing stories from the household. The puppy he brought back guarded the house and bit a thief's pant leg. I had the cook make it a big chicken leg. My tutor said my calligraphy is getting better and praised my diligence. Mother gave me half the household duties to manage. I haven't made a single mistake yet. Shen Yan drew my eyebrows, listening quietly. When he put down the brow pencil and met my gaze, I looked into his calm eyes. My cheerful mood drained away like water from a basket. Too much chatter lacks composure. In the future, as the lady of the house, you must be more mindful of your words and actions. I moved my lips, but in the end, I just nodded silently. Shen Yan doesn't like hearing me talk like this. I won't tell him these things anymore. After my sister returned, she often came to see Shen Yan, mostly with that young hero. The three of them would go out together. Shen Yan would return alone in the evening. My sister wanted to take me along, but Shen Yan didn't agree. He said, "Yue has household affairs to manage. She can't get away." My hopes were dashed. I forced a smile and told my sister, I have things to do." My sister pouted playfully. "Are you two saying I have nothing better to do?" The young hero teased. "So you finally admit it." They joked and laughed. A soft light seemed to glow in Shen Yan's eyes. He looked at my sister and explained earnestly, "That's not what I meant." The three of them left. I stayed behind, watching the direction they went. My sister's figure was lively and spirited, walking between the two of them. I watched for a long time, until they disappeared from sight. I still couldn't look away. Suddenly, my eyes welled up with tears. So, it turns out, for Shen Yan, not every girl needs to be demure and steady. I suddenly wanted to be as carefree as my sister. To be more precise, I was jealous. The master once said that jealousy is the desire for fame and gain for oneself, and resenting others for having what you lack. He said that harboring resentment from jealousy is foolishness. A woman, once married, must remember never to be jealous, lest it disrupt the peace of the household. I don't want to be like that either, but I feel so awful. My heart felt like it was being squeezed into a tight ball, then roughly torn apart. I didn't know what to do. The intense emotions were suffocating me. I put on my veil hat and left from the Shen family's back courtyard. Unconsciously, I walked back home, the home I had only lived in for a few months. My father and mother were here. Mother was admiring flowers in the courtyard. When she saw me, the joy on her face turned to heartache. "You a share? What's wrong?" I threw off the veil hat and threw myself into Mother's arms. The tears I'd held back for so long came pouring out. I felt like I'd found my anchor. I wanted to tell her my confusion. "Mother, ever since sister came back, she's been visiting Shen Yan often." Enough. Mother's expression changed instantly. A coldness appeared in her eyes. She dismissed all the servants and looked at me expressionlessly. "You must not speak of your sister that way." I looked at her, bewildered. I wasn't saying anything bad about her. Her face remained stern, as if looking at an enemy to be wary of. "She is your sister. You must not think ill of her. Shen Yan is your husband. His heart is not with you. You should think about how to make him like you, not blame your sister. Your sister has a generous nature. There are things she doesn't mind and doesn't pay attention to." But Mother's words in my ears gradually turned into a buzzing. I couldn't hear clearly what Mother was saying, and I didn't want to hear it. At some point, she asked me if I understood. I nodded numbly. "She is my mother, but she is also my sister's mother. Yue, Mother hopes both you and your sister are well. If you keep thinking such nonsense, won't you ruin the bond between you sisters?" She had someone escort me back to the Shin residence. My mother-in-law scolded me for running back to my parents' home. She told me to go to the ancestral hall and tell the Shen ancestors what grievance I had suffered. I sat on the prayer cushion. My mind went blank. I thought of nothing. When night fell, I started to feel cold. A numb, sore feeling spread throughout my body. Only then did I realize I had been lost in thought for a long time. Shen Yen steps into the room. He walks up behind me. He bows before the ancestral tablet. Straightening up, he looks down at me. We lock eyes for a moment. I blink. My eyes sting. I raise a hand to rub them, but after a few rubs, someone grabs my wrist. Shen Yen crouches down. He leans in to look at my eyes. He smells clean and pleasant. You've been crying. He narrows his eyes slightly. His brow furrows again. He sounds puzzled. Just because I didn't take you out today? I lower my gaze. My voice is a bit hoarse. Something like that. Shen Yan tightens his grip on my hand. His voice turns cold. Lin Yue, if you dwell on such trivial matters, you truly waste my care for you. I don't remember anything before I was 3. From my earliest memories, my foster father would hit me. He called me a worthless girl. My foster mother, because I looked like her daughter who died young, would protect me. But sometimes she'd go mad, saying I wasn't her daughter. She'd hit me too, demanding I give her daughter back. The first time she had an episode was when I learned I wasn't their biological daughter. I was bought with money she stole. After she gave birth to a second child with great difficulty, her madness improved a little. My situation got even worse. The only thing I thought was good was my dog. The dog would protect me, but the dog was secretly strangled by the kids who bullied me. After my foster father got compensation money, he went home and stewed the dog. I returned to the Lin family. My parents were good to me. Those few months were the best days of my life. No one hit me. A female physician applied medicine to me daily. Later, my sister ran away from her marriage. I married Shen Yen. Shen Yen likes dogs. He's not a bad person. He had people teach me to read and write, teach me music, chess, calligraphy, and painting. Let me manage the household. There's nothing wrong with him. He just loves my sister, not his wife, not me. When I married him, I knew he loved my sister. It didn't hurt me then, but now, seeing him treat her specially, it hurts, because I've fallen for him. I stare at Shen Yan's face. I stare for so long, it makes him uncomfortable. He touches my forehead. You're sick. My eyes slowly well up. I shake my head. No, I'll be fine after some sleep. All I ever wanted was a good life. Whether he loves me or not, I will live well. Shen Yan's expression turns serious. He scoops me up in his arms and quickly carries me out of the ancestral hall. He calls for a doctor. I lean against his shoulder. A thought crosses my mind. Apart from our nights together, this is the first time Shen Yan has been this close to me. The doctor prescribed medicine for my cold. Shen Yan sat at the head of the bed. For the next few days, you just focus on getting better. Leave the household matters to mother. I'll make time to stay home with you. Just rest and recover. The doctor took the handkerchief he used to check my pulse. On my wrist, the scar that hadn't faded was exposed. Scars like this, I have them on my body too. Shen Yan's voice suddenly stopped. I pulled my sleeve down to cover the scar. Shen Yan's voice grew a bit hoarse. It's okay. I don't mind. He had been intimate with me. He had seen the scars on my body. On the first night, he asked about my past. He said he didn't mind that I had such a difficult past. I was deeply touched. He kissed my scars, like that little puppy did. Today, he said it again, saying he didn't mind, to comfort me. But I suddenly realized, it's not that he minds, it's that he doesn't care enough to be hurt by it. After a good cry, my mind finally cleared up. I laughed at myself. Meeting Shen Yan's surprised gaze, I hadn't heard what he just said. I just nodded and said, okay. His eyes seemed to soften. I don't know what he was thinking. He helped me lie down. He tucked the blanket around me. His voice was uncharacteristically gentle. The medicine has a calming effect. After you drink it, get some good sleep. You'll feel better when you wake up. I obediently closed my eyes, thinking to myself, when I wake up, I won't like Shen Yan anymore. My illness wasn't serious. I was almost better by the next day, but Shen Yan insisted I rest a few more days. My mother-in-law is handling all the household affairs. He, for once, stayed with me, playing the chin, painting, and after we played a game of chess, he said my chess skills have improved greatly. The look he gave me was very tender, probably because I'm fitting more and more into his ideal image of a wife. The clearer this became, the calmer my heart grew. Life in the Shen household is good now. I have everything I need. I just need to rid myself of this longing for Shen Yan's affection. Then I can live very comfortably. On the 3rd day of my recovery, Shen Yan was painting my portrait. Mom came with many gifts, jewels and ornaments, medicinal herbs and tonics, things I couldn't even have imagined in the past. Shen Yan intended to leave, to give Mom and me some privacy to talk. But Mom didn't let him go. We're all family here. No need for such formalities. She held my hands in hers and spoke with a hint of regret. Last time, Mom spoke too harshly. Don't take it to heart. Carrying such worries isn't good for your health. Mom just hopes that you and your sister can both be happy. I didn't speak. She became more earnest. You and Wei are sisters. How can there be any rift between you? It's just that Shen Yan and Wei grew up together. They share some history, but that's nothing compared to you. You two are husband and wife. Mutual understanding is the way to get along. I pondered her words over and over. Then I looked at Mom and spoke. Mom, are you saying I'm being petty? That I can't tolerate my sister interacting with my husband? Mom's expression stiffened slightly. Across from us, Shen Yan's gaze darkened. I could almost feel it, her chilliness. I smiled and replied, "You worry too much, Mother. What you told me last time, I've kept it all in mind. You're right, Mother. Sister has a generous nature. She means no harm. I've come to terms with it. How could I let my marriage to my husband cut off their childhood friendship that's lasted over a decade?" Lin Yue. Shen Yan's tone was heavy. That means he's displeased. I looked at him, confused. I agreed to what they've always done. Why is he acting like this? Mother forced a smile. Good girl, Yue. It's good that you understand. She paused, looking troubled. Actually, I came to see you not just to check on your health, but also to ask Shen Yan for a favor. Shen Yan and I both looked at her. As you both know, that young night Wei brought home they were inseparable. But the other day, something happened. They had a fight, and the boy just left. Wei locked herself in her room, refusing to eat or drink. None of us could get through to her. She looked at Shen Yan. Wei is willful, but she's always listened to you since she was little. So, I was hoping you could talk to her. If she keeps refusing to eat and drink, how will her body hold up? That's between them. I lowered my head to drink my tea. Shen Yan didn't respond for a long moment. I looked up. He was looking at me. He's testing me again. I was taken aback and hurriedly said, "Husband, you should go. The longer you delay, the more sister will suffer. I really am a qualified and magnanimous wife." Under Mother's eager gaze, Shen Yan left with a cold expression. Without saying a word to me, Mother hurried after Shen Yan. I saw them to the door, sighing inwardly. It seems Shen Yan was so worried he even forgot to show concern for his elders. Just as I thought, when it comes to my elder sister, all his usual propriety and rules go right out the window. During my days of recuperation, the harmony was like a bubble. After Shen Yan visited the Lin family, he reverted to his old, unyielding self. Apart from necessary interactions, we went half a month without having a proper conversation. Even our previous study review sessions were cancelled. In the vast Shen residence, he lived his life, and I lived mine. Seeing less of his cold face was actually a relief, but my mother-in-law was displeased. She blamed me for failing to guide my husband, for letting Shen Yan's mind wander outside all day. So, I had no choice but to wait by the door for him to return each night. 2 red lanterns hung by the estate gate, lighting the path in front. Shen Yan's figure gradually came into view. He was walking very slowly. I went down the steps to meet him. Only when I got closer did I see he was carrying someone on his back. My elder sister, dressed in men's clothing, was leaning on his shoulder, playing with his hair. She saw me and nonchalantly let go. Shen Yan frowned. "Why are you waiting here?" I was still staring at my elder sister on his back. Her hair was tied up in a bun, wearing a black headband. She looked like a carefree young gentleman, unrestrained and self-absorbed. That feeling of jealousy welled up inside me again. I forced myself to look away, forgetting to answer Shen Yan. Shen Yan's voice lowered. "Your elder sister sprained her ankle." So, I wasn't paying attention to what he said. I nodded absently. "I'll go fetch a doctor. You should carry her inside." I had to try very hard to keep the jealousy from showing in my eyes. I hurried off to the clinic in a fluster. I forgot to call a servant, and ignored Shen Yan calling me to stop. On the way back with the doctor, my mind was elsewhere. This distance is nothing to me, but suddenly, I felt utterly exhausted. Managing daily affairs is exhausting. Navigating social interactions is exhausting. Dreading to see Shen Yan's cold gaze is exhausting. If the me from 2 years ago knew what I'm thinking now, she'd surely scoff at me, saying I don't know how good I have it. Those days of lacking food and clothes, and even getting beaten. Once I recall them, it sends a shiver down my spine. I comfort myself. Maintaining this life is already good enough. One should be content and happy. I stop in my tracks. The doctor looks at me, puzzled. A sudden thought crosses my mind. Even farming would be happier than being Shen Yan's wife. Do I only have the choice between getting beaten or being Shen Yan's wife? But then I think, I don't have any land. I sigh. I bring the doctor back to the Shen residence. My sister had already been taken care of properly. There was no need for me to call a doctor at all. Shen Yan sends someone to escort the doctor back. He turns his gaze to me. I don't notice his stare. I just keep walking towards the bedroom. My arm is suddenly grabbed. I turn to look at Shen Yan. He presses his lips together slightly. There's a reason for this. She went to a dangerous place. I couldn't just ignore her. Is he explaining himself to me? I nod. But I don't care. Let them be. If I cared, they'd only make me be consumed by jealousy, twisted beyond recognition. Seeking advantage and avoiding harm is something I learned from a young age. I don't have that many choices. I can only try my best not to let myself suffer. Shen Yan stares at me for a long moment. He lets out a sigh. Don't secretly hold a grudge against me. From now on, I'll be more mindful of my interactions with Lin Wei. I look at him, confused. I'm not holding a grudge. He blinks. A flicker of confusion passes. Then why, all this time? Have you stopped chatting with me? It dawned on me he misunderstood. All this time. He thought I was angry with him, but I was just adapting to his habits. Too much talk leads to mistakes. That's what my husband taught me. I remember it all. I'm really not being difficult. Shen Yan was taken aback, lost in thought. He looked down at me. His eyes held a hint of coldness. So, you truly don't mind my interactions with Lin Wei? Even something like today, the image of my older sister clinging to his back, so composed, so naturally intimate. It's a closeness I dare not show in front of Shen Yan. This moment of distraction, Shen Yan watched my expression softened. Inexplicably, he said quietly, I'm not a block of wood or a stubborn stone. You are my lawfully wedded wife. If you feel jealousy, there's nothing wrong with that. I cut him off, my voice firm, to my own surprise. Shen Yan looked at me with disbelief. I avoided his gaze. My older sister's foot was injured. There was a reason for it. I won't make an unreasonable fuss, and the one you lawfully married should have been my older sister. My name was never on the marriage certificate. It was as if a light pierced through the fog in my mind. I murmured to myself, my name isn't on the marriage certificate. I seemed to pass through the wedding sedan from my marriage day. The red veil that covered my head, and saw myself. It was me, not a substitute for my sister, Shen Yan spoke. It was my oversight. I'll have father correct the name another day. Shen Yan, a man so particular about propriety, only noticed now that his wife's name wasn't on the marriage certificate, or perhaps he didn't want my name to appear on the certificate beside his wife. Just like during the wedding, he didn't want to hear me call him husband. Stuffy. A familiar voice came from nearby. I turned my head to look. The lights were still on. My sister was standing at the guest room door, leaning against the door frame for support. Her foot is injured. She didn't want her parents to worry. I sent word to her father. She came looking for you, just to stay the night. Nothing more. Shen Yan rarely talks this much, especially to me, and especially tonight, but he's talking too much. I don't want to talk to him. I shook my head. No need to explain. I know you two are close. Your relationship is pure. I won't disturb you. Shen Yan tightened his grip. It hurt. What do you mean, disturb? Shen Yan seemed a bit confused. Weren't you the one who got upset because I was too close with your sister and cried about it? My sister limped over. I broke free from Shen Yan's hold. Husband, don't make fun of me. I know I was being petty before, acting childish. I won't do anything like that again. I stepped aside to let my sister pass, so she could walk unimpeded over to Shen Yan. Shen Yan was still looking at me. His hand clenched into a fist. Stuffy. Hey, wooden head. My sister waved her hand in front of his face. Shen Yan snapped out of it and looked at her. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be resting? My sister crossed her arms. You really can't go a day without bossing me around. Can you? He's always on your case. Doesn't it bother you? I feel like a third wheel. I slowly backed away from them. My husband usually doesn't interfere. He only points out my mistakes. It doesn't bother me. My sister was unsteady on her feet. She swayed a little. I had just started to raise my hand, but she was already leaning on Shen Yan. Shen Yan stiffened. He put a hand on her shoulder and gently pushed her away. My sister was clearly taken aback. She stared at him in shock. Then she looked at me. Her expression was a mix of a smile and a sob. See, Stuffy, he's acting distant because you're here. What's this act now? It's late. I want to rest. You two talk? I'm going to bed. I had just turned around when someone grabbed my wrist. My sister winked at me. We sisters haven't had a chance to talk in a while. Why don't you stay with me tonight? Let him have an empty room. I looked at Shen Yan. He rubbed his temples. What are you up to now? My sister smiled. Sisters bonding. How is that up to something? Your wife I'm borrowing for the night. She pulled me along, leaning on me as we walked back. I have so much to tell you. You're so impulsive. You never give up. Shen Yan didn't object. I didn't want to drag this out, so I let her lead me to her bedroom. I helped her into bed. I went to close the door. Her voice drifted from the bed. Shen Yan treats you well, doesn't he? I took off my outer robe and slipped under the covers. I just hummed in response. My sister chuckled. I know. He's always been like that with me. Since we were kids. Always has something to say about everything. And he's always right. When I did something wrong, I'd rather face our parents than face him. How long is she going to talk? My eyelids were getting heavy. I never realized it before. But after being away, I realized he's the only one besides our parents who truly cares about me. That's nice. 3 people care about her. Do you remember that swordsman I was with before? He was a good man too, but he was too attached to his life in the martial world. He didn't want to settle down for me. But Shen Yan is different. When he's standing there, my heart feels at peace. Today, I dressed as a man to go have some fun, to see what places men like to frequent. I was discovered to be a woman, but luckily Shen Yan showed up. I just had someone send him a message before I went, but I never expected him to find me so quickly. She lay beside me, her voice tinged with nostalgia and an eagerness to share. Do you know how I felt when I was surrounded and I saw him? It was like seeing a god descending. Even though he scolded me, his tone softened when he saw my sprained ankle. That's when I knew he truly cares for me. I kept my eyes closed and stayed silent, pretending to be asleep. Her tone fell. I regret it. Give Shenyan back to me, okay? Lin Wei was spoiled by her parents. She has the confidence to do anything. Just like now, she says to me with righteous conviction that she's fallen for my husband. I've always been direct. You're just wearing my skin. Now that I'm back, things should return to how they were meant to be. Maybe you like him now, but in his heart, there's only me. Wouldn't it torment you to cling to a husband whose heart belongs to another? I didn't respond. You can pretend to sleep now, but you can't avoid this forever. Haven't you seen it clearly in the days since I've been back? He feels no love for you. Why force it? You'd be better off finding someone who truly cares for you. That way, all three of us would be better off. Lin Wei pleaded with me. She had our futures all planned out. I turned around, searching for her eyes in the night. Then have him divorce me. She answered almost without thinking. No, he wouldn't divorce his wife without cause. She paused. He's a man of great responsibility, she added. Out of duty, he wouldn't do it. Out of duty, not affection. She didn't need to spell it out. I understood. Sister. I paused, surprised at my own calmness and level-headedness. You know I have no say in either family. If I were to propose a divorce or something, no one would take it seriously. They'd just watch me even more closely. Then you and Shenyan are even less likely to succeed. Lin Wei's breathing grew heavier. I couldn't help but smile. I held it in for a moment, then said in a flat tone, "We'll figure it out. Shenyan is yours." I don't want him. I could already see it. A field ridge full of greens and radishes, filled with the scent of sunshine. A twist of fate kept me away from home for over a decade. I reunited with my family for less than 2 years, only to find this isn't my home either. Home should bring peace, not make you dread the thought of spending the rest of your life there and feel nothing but pain. At my foster parents, it was the numbness of physical pain. Here, it's the silent torment of the spirit. I don't belong here, and there's no one here worth staying for. My sisters stayed at the Shen residence. Originally, it was just for one night, but Lin Wei didn't leave, and Shen Yan didn't ask her to. I didn't have time to watch them all day. I only heard things from the gossiping servants. Lin Wei burned her hand making soup for Shen Yan. Shen Yan had a moving chair made just for Lin Wei. The servants are gossiping behind their backs, saying they're a perfect match, so considerate of each other, making me, the lawful wife, look pathetic and ridiculous. I didn't go after those gossips. I quietly calculated the assets I could take with me. Lin Wei has done well. She's completely captured his attention. Shen Yan is afraid that if he's not careful, Lin Wei might run off to some strange place again. He needs to keep a close eye on her. This gives me an opportunity. The estates and shops are all recorded, not suitable to take, but I can't bear to leave them behind either. When they're far from me, I secretly have someone sell 2 small shops, converted into banknotes. Every few days, I'd sell some less used jewelry. My little stash is growing. My resolve to leave grows stronger with each passing day. If I leave the Shen family, I could live a good life without beatings, with enough food and warm clothes. No one to disturb my peace of mind. Just thinking about it makes me smile. The Lantern Festival is approaching. My mother-in-law put me in charge of purchases. I carefully skimmed a little off the top. While I was in the bedroom altering the accounts, there was a sudden noise at the window. It startled me. I quickly hid the ledger, took out some paper, and pretended to practice my calligraphy. The window rattled in the wind, faintly carrying other sounds. I went to close the window and saw 2 people standing outside. Lin Wei's hand was resting on Shen Yan's arm. "You're drunk, you blockhead. You can't hold your liquor. Why did you push yourself to drink for me?" Shen Yan grabbed her arm. He tugged a couple of times, but she didn't budge. Instead, it made him sway a little. "Lin Wei, can you please stop this nonsense? I can't always clean up your mess." His words, slurred with drink, were filled with helplessness. "I never asked you to clean up my mess. Just stop caring about me, okay? You know perfectly well I can't do that." 3. Shen Yan blurted out. 2. He had his back to the window, and Lin Wei was facing me. Her gaze swept over me. The amusement in her eyes deepened. "Don't let your little sister hear that, or she might get upset." Shen Yan's back stiffened for a moment. He pulled Lin Wei away roughly. He pressed a hand to his forehead. "Don't worry. Au is generous and virtuous. I taught her myself. I know her." Hearing him defend me, Lin Wei's expression didn't change. She said lightly, "That's exactly why I'm worried. If you truly like someone, you'd feel jealous, possessive. If your sister is as indifferent as you say, doesn't that mean she doesn't care at all? Don't talk nonsense." His tone was sharp. Lin Wei looked stunned. Shen Yan softened his tone. "Such talk will ruin her reputation. Au is a good woman. As her elder sister, you should be protecting her." Lin Wei bit her lip. She shot me a resentful look, then turned and left. And because of that look she gave me, Shen Yan finally turned and saw me. I stepped over the threshold. I could smell the alcohol on Shen Yan. I called for the servants to prepare hot water for him and have them help him bathe and change. By the time he returned to the bedroom, fresh and clean, I had already practiced 2 pages of calligraphy. He picked up one sheet. "You, your handwriting keeps improving." He seemed preoccupied with something. "My lord asked me to learn, and I've been studying diligently." He seemed moved. He took my hand. "Your sister never cared for such things, said calligraphy was tedious, and the tutors too pedantic. Don't you find it tiresome?" When he mentioned Lin Wei, Shen Yan stared intently at my face, as if observing my reaction. I smiled faintly. "Sister grew up with our parents, absorbing their knowledge. She learned so much naturally. I've already fallen far behind. My lord is thoughtful, allowing me to fill those years I missed. How could I possibly complain?" His brow furrowed slightly. He seemed dissatisfied with my answer. What more did he want me to say? "You seem calmer than before." A scene flashed through my mind. I looked into his eyes. "Hysterical crying and tantrums would only disappoint you. I'm learning from you, my lord." Shen Yan was taken aback. "Learning from me?" I nodded and smiled at him. "Yes, the tutors teach me knowledge and skills, and you, my lord, teach me how to conduct myself. I take both very seriously. That's the truth. I truly enjoy learning these things. Reading brings understanding, and being taught is how I realized that churning, struggling emotion in my heart is called jealousy. Jealousy is an inconspicuous worm, gnawing away at my flesh, growing bit by bit. If I hadn't discovered it early, what would I have become? A woman who does nothing but weep, full of resentment and bitterness. A vessel for jealousy, entangled between Shen Yan and Lin Wei, never finding peace. And because Shen Yan hired tutors for me, I was able to learn about household affairs and handle the account books. That's how my little savings grew. For these things, I am grateful to Shen Yan. He made it so that in this marriage, I didn't come away with nothing. I went from a foolish girl who only knew how to please to someone capable of thinking, of planning for myself, so my smile became more genuine. I looked at him with smiling eyes. His fingers stroked the back of my hand. After a moment of pursing his lips, he said to me solemnly, "You, let's have a child." Those words hit me like a bolt from the blue. My vision went dark for a second. My tongue felt thick in my mouth. Lin Wei putting on that show at the window today. She's getting anxious, so she needs to use Shen Yan's words to make me more unsettled, to leave sooner. However, Shen Yan's reaction didn't match her expectations. It surprised me too. Ever since Lin Wei moved into the Shen residence, Shen Yan and I haven't shared a bed. He often comes back very late. Sometimes it's to play chess with Lin Wei. Sometimes because she's afraid of the dark. All sorts of reasons. By the time he returns to the bedroom, I'm already asleep, and I don't want to do that with him either. A duty performed is not a pleasure. My expression must have been frighteningly awful. Shen Yan narrowed his eyes. "You don't want to?" I couldn't help but tense up. I instinctively clenched my hand and answered softly, "No, it's just." Shen Yan seemed to think of something. He pulled me into his arms, gently patting me. "It's natural to be afraid. Childbirth is a difficult ordeal for a woman, but marriage and children are the natural order of things. We will have children sooner or later." His tone was very gentle, a world of difference from his coldness when we first married. I bit my lip, thinking, it's time to go. It's just a pity my little nest egg isn't completely full yet. He gently brushed my hair. Shen Yan kissed my forehead. You. We have a long future ahead of us. I'll be with you every step of the way." I agreed verbally, but in my heart I said, "No, there won't be a future." He seemed unusually affectionate tonight, sticking to me, unwilling to let go. I humored him. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw my personal maid had already withdrawn. There was a knock at the door. Yaman outside anxiously calls, "Young master, Miss Lin is missing." A flash of impatience crosses Shen Yan's eyes. He holds my shoulders. He remains still. I push him away. "Husband, go look for her quickly. It's already night." "Sister, a woman alone outside is so dangerous." He looks at me. His expression is inscrutable. "You always push me toward Lin Wei. When I'm with her, don't you feel the slightest displeasure?" I was just about to answer. He then continues, "Don't use that talk about being talkative or meddlesome to fool me anymore. I only ask you, won't there be any displeasure in your heart?" He gazes at me, as if I don't answer, he won't let it go. This is the second time he's asked me this. He really wants me to be jealous because of Lin Wei. I lower my eyes and think for a moment. Yes, how could I not? The pressure on my shoulders loosens a bit. Looking into his eyes, lost for 13 years, married to you for 1 year, in 17 years, you're the one who treated me the best. But you're not only good to me, you're even better to sister. I compare, I feel dissatisfied, but I slightly curl the corner of my mouth. How can I compare to sister? To make jealousy public isn't as embarrassing as I imagined. Instead, it makes me relieved. "No, you are my wife. You are different from her." Shen Yan flatly denies it. He closes his eyes for a moment. He takes a deep breath. Wait for me to explain in detail. The maid outside is still urging. He strokes my cheek. His gaze is tender. Wait for me to come back. He puts on his clothes. I call him Shen Yan. He turns back to look at me. A bit surprised. I smiled at him. Took one last look at him. "It's nothing. Go ahead. He nodded at me, stepped into the night. I also straightened my clothes, took out the small bundle I had hidden, left through the side gate, using the excuse of looking for Lin Wei. The moment I left the Shen residence, I felt an unprecedented sense of relief, not just for gaining freedom, but also because of a discovery that surprised me. Shen Yan has fallen for me. When you like someone, you care about their thoughts, just like how I used to care about Shen Yan's opinion of me. Just like now, Shen Yan wants to know if I'm upset because of Lin Wei. Back then, I actively stopped feeling jealous, but Shen Yan had no choice. When his feelings were just budding, perhaps there wasn't much, not enough to make him choose me over Lin Wei. But these feelings were snuffed out by me just as they became clear. He'll be unwilling. He'll feel futile and angry. I'll become a thorn between him and Lin Wei, not something that can be easily removed. Mom previously hinted indirectly, saying I'm petty. She really has sharp eyes. I'm happy to see them in pain, just like I was before. After leaving the residence, a man in black, dressed in tight-fitting clothes, appeared before me, looking at me, carrying a bag. Asked in a low voice, Lin Yu. I looked at him warily. He had a bandit-like aura, didn't seem like an ordinary person. He held a sword, said lazily, Your sister asked me to follow you, to make sure you don't come back. I silently stepped back. Will you kill me? The man in black scoffed. I don't harm women and children. Hurry up and leave. Any later and the city gates will close. I breathed a sigh of relief. Following the route I had scouted earlier, hiding from people under the cover of night. Before the city gates closed, I found the carriage I had bought in advance. That man in black drove the carriage for me. The night wind lifted the carriage curtain. I saw Shen Yan arguing with Lin Wei by the roadside. He was grabbing Lin Wei's arm, pulling the resisting girl back. It was just a fleeting glimpse. I looked away, holding my bundle tightly. I won't wait for him anymore. My heart was tied to him. I shared his joys and feared his anger. My life has no true home. Peace of mind is my refuge. This time, facing the willful Lin Wei, Shen Yan was especially impatient. He couldn't leave her alone. He just couldn't. To leave Lin Wei in a potentially dangerous situation. But this time, he lost his patience with Lin Wei. He was eager to be more open with Lin Yu about his feelings. His care for Lin Wei was just a long-ingrained habit. It wasn't the same as for a wife. He saw Lin Yu as efforts. He saw her feelings for him. At first, he disliked Lin Yu's jealousy, her crying and fussing over Lin Wei. In his eyes, a proper wife should be gentle and virtuous, steadily managing household affairs for him. Any other temper was unnecessary. But the first time she knelt in the ancestral hall, eyes red from crying over Lin Wei, he told her to be more understanding. But after that one look she gave him, his heart softened. His wife was still young. She had suffered a lot. Her mistakes could be forgiven. She could have a little temper, too. But Lin Yu stopped making a fuss. She became very obedient. Driven by some inexplicable feeling, Shen Yan didn't want Lin Yu to see the change in his heart. He didn't want to back down. He didn't want her to realize and then treat him as casually as Lin Wei did. He wanted to hold the upper hand in their relationship, but his heart was shifting. He was having trouble hiding it. Lin Wei is truly a handful, putting herself in danger time and again. He had decided to help Lin Wei one last time. He sent Lin Wei straight back to the Lin family. When he hurried home later, he only found a letter lying quietly on the desk. His wife was nowhere to be seen. Before opening the letter, he tried to comfort himself. Maybe Lin Yue just wanted him to see if her calligraphy had improved lately. But when he opened it, his heart sank. Water flows without end, flowers bloom and fade. We may meet again, but life is made of partings. He taught her to read and write. She repaid him with farewell. The young man in black is Chu Feng. He only cares about my whereabouts. He won't bother with anything else. I settled down in a town for the time being. To put Chu Feng's mind at ease sooner, I took over a shop selling wontons. I have to get up before dawn to cook and wrap them by lamplight at night. Although I'm not short on money, this sense of fulfillment makes me comfortable and at ease. Being a new face drew attention from the townsfolk for a while, but it faded after some time. The shop's first customer was Chu Feng. He finished eating, tossed down some coins, and disappeared. He doesn't show up in front of me often, only comes for a bowl of wontons every morning. My neighbors are very kind to me. Mrs. Chen even lends a hand when I'm too busy. But as a single woman new to the area, easy to bully might as well be written on my face. The local bully skipped the bill for the third time and touched my hand. I swallowed my anger. When Chu Feng came for wontons again, I asked him, "Did your sister pay you to keep an eye on me?" Chu Feng raised an eyebrow slightly. There's a scar in the middle of his brow. I owe someone a favor. Not sure if I'll ever get to use this string of coins in my sleeve. Or maybe I could hire another thug. He fished out that string of coins from my sleeve and slid 10 coins off. I happen to be short for a drink. Need anything done? The bully hasn't shown his face around me for a long time. I caught a glimpse of him from afar while shopping. He made eye contact with me and turned away. I gave Chu Feng's bowl of wontons a double portion. I wonder when he'll feel at ease enough to leave. He helped me out. Let him eat a little more. He always comes early. Almost every day, the first bowl I sell goes to him. But today, He's running late. It wasn't until high noon, when the shop was pretty empty, that he walked up to me. His shadow fell over me. He looked down, stroking the sword in his arms. He seemed hesitant. Little girl, you should think about moving somewhere else. I didn't quite get what he meant. Chu Feng sighed. He gave in, as if resigning himself. That sister of yours is bringing your husband here to find you. Lin Wei would be thrilled if I just disappeared. Why would she bring Xin Yan to look for me? Chu Feng fiddled with his sword hilt, annoyed. I keep my word. If I promise something, I'll do it. About your whereabouts, I won't hide it from her. But he paced back and forth. Bullying a little girl like you. Where would that leave my pride? Now I'm confused again. You're bullying me? His eyes widened. I am not. I put down the money jar. Lin Wei told you to bully me? When I first left, I hoped they'd be miserable. But life's been good. I've left both of them behind. Every day, I mix fillings and wrap wontons, keeping busy. I don't think about them at all. I lowered my eyes. What does she want you to do to me? Chu Feng rubbed his temples, as if making a decision. She only mentioned a little. She plans to have your husband come over, to see how you and I get along. It seems after I left, Lin Wei didn't get her way. But what does that have to do with me? I don't owe her anything. I don't want to step aside for her anymore. I thought about it. I emptied the money jar and pushed the coins toward Chu Feng. His brow twitched. You said you don't bully women and children. So, even if Lin Wei told you to lay a hand on me, you wouldn't listen, right? Chu Feng was displeased by my question. Of course not. Don't question my character. I smiled slightly. Good. I want to hire you to protect me. Chu Feng narrowed his eyes, studying me carefully. What are you up to? I'd like you to go tell Lin Wei something. If she dares to bring Xin Yan to see me, I can make sure Xin Yan never wants to see her again. Chu Feng looked at me with amusement, as if seeing me in a new light. He picked out 10 copper coins from the pile. I'm in. I didn't know his exact relationship with Lin Wei, but he wasn't completely on her side. After Chu Feng sent the carrier pigeon, life returned to normal. I sold wontons every morning. I already had many regular customers. The constable on duty ordered 2 bowls as usual. He has a big appetite. He eats a lot, so I'm happy to give him extra. With him around, my stall avoided a lot of trouble. After finishing, he patted his stomach. Lady Yu, your cooking is truly excellent. Whoever marries you will be very lucky. I served him another bowl. He looked at me. Don't you plan to find someone else? You can't spend your whole life mourning your late husband. My wife is still thinking of you. I wore my hair in a married woman's style, claiming publicly that my husband had passed away. I had no one to rely on, so I came out alone to make a living. A widow's home attracts gossip. Some tried to break into my courtyard. Chu Feng beat them so badly they couldn't get out of bed. Over time, they saw me as someone not to be messed with. Most took care of my business, and also wanted to play matchmaker for me. I told the officer, my husband passed away less than a year ago. I can't just turn around and marry someone else. But Brother Wang has a point. Let me observe the mourning period for 3 years. Then, I'll trouble you and your wife to arrange a marriage for me. The officer laughed heartily, told me to relax and leave it to him. I gave a faint smile. Just as I was about to turn away, I suddenly felt a chill run down the back of my neck. I touched my neck. This feeling is strange. I turned my head and met a pair of eyes as deep and cold as a frozen pond. I froze in place. Shen Yan walked towards me step by step, his face cold. Brother Wang sensed something was off. He slammed his knife on the table. What do you think you're doing? Xin Yan's gaze never left me for a second. He spoke coldly. Nothing much. Just a husband looking for his wife. My heart skipped a beat. I instinctively took half a step back. How did Shen Yan find me? Lin Wei is so useless. I glanced at the stall. Besides Brother Wang, there were a few other customers. I stepped forward to block Shen Yan. Lowering my voice, I said, wait, let's talk in my courtyard. He looked down at me. I won't wait. You didn't wait for me. Why should I wait for you? I pressed my lips together tightly, frowning and glaring at him. Shen Yan stared at me for a long moment. Then he looked away. Fine. I'll wait for you at the head of the Naihei Bridge. He walked over and sat down in a corner of the stall. The other customers sized him up for a bit. Seeing nothing else was going to happen, they turned their attention away. I breathed a sigh of relief. I got through the busiest part of the morning. The stall quieted down. I sat down opposite Xin Yan, looking at him calmly and quietly. What do you want? Xin Yan's eyes darkened. You are my wife. You left without a word. I went through great lengths to find you. What do you think I want? I pretended to understand. Young Master Shin, if you're looking for your wife, you've got the wrong person. Your wife has always been Lin Wei, from the very beginning. She's the one you married. The marriage certificate bears your name and hers. It has never had anything to do with me. He's the one who reported to the authorities to find his wife. The person he finds will only be Lin Wei. Shen Yan's eyes flash with hurt. He closes his eyes slightly. His voice is bitter. I don't acknowledge her. The facts are set. It doesn't matter whether you acknowledge her or not. Aren't you the one who values rules the most? I stand up, ready to see the guest out. You coming to see me? Lin Wei will be heartbroken. She cares deeply about you, and you care about her too. So don't break her heart again. Shen Yan doesn't look at me, staring at the table, his voice soft. Ah, Yue, I regret it. I freeze in place. His one word of regret brings back memories of my days at the Shen residence. My heart suddenly aches. I let out a sigh, but I don't regret it. The red wedding veil was a cage that trapped me, and so was the Shen family. I look at Shen Yan. In the past, you loved and cherished Lin Wei. You could forgive her for anything. I don't ask you to put me on the same level as her, but if there's even a tiny bit of me in your heart, then don't disrupt my life. Shen Yan remains silent. He doesn't agree, nor does he refuse. He bought a house in town. Every morning, he comes to my place and orders a bowl of wonton. The regular customers have grown familiar with him. He speaks little, hardly ever talking to anyone. His face is cold. Others think he's a weirdo. They privately warn me to be careful. He doesn't cause trouble. I act as if he doesn't exist. But I know this peaceful life won't last long. Lin Wei hasn't given up on him. I won't have peace. Sure enough, she came, bringing her parents. I served them 3 bowls of wonton. Enjoy your meal. They only gave birth to me, but never raised me. They don't count as parents. Mother Lin looks at me, her eyes slightly red. She asks me with a trembling voice, Yue, what did you call me? I am your mother. I feel nothing. In fact, I'm worried that I'd be ashamed if anyone saw. You flatter me, madam. I'm just a wild girl. I have no parents. Father Lin is furious. He slams the table. Running away is one thing, but to deny your own parents? Do you know that after you left, your mother spent all day crying her eyes out? How could you do that to her? Mother Lin looks at me with tearful eyes. I put on a polite smile. That shouldn't be the case. When Lin Wei ran away, Madam Lin asked everyone to look for her. She was very strong. She wasn't crying all day. Mother Lin lets out a sob. She covers her mouth. After calming down a bit, she reaches for my hand. You resent me for favoring her, but you're still my flesh and blood. I care for you. How could you just leave like that? My expression doesn't change. I pull my hand away forcefully. Why did I leave? Didn't Lin Wei tell you? They look away, evasive. They must know what Lin Wei is thinking. Tears still hang on Mother Lin's lashes. Her eyes flicker. When she looks at me again, her expression is all too familiar. I know, you're upset about your sister and Shen Yan. When your father made you take her place in the marriage, it was unfair to you. Come home with me. I'll make it up to you. I'll arrange a good match for you. All right? It's the same look she gets whenever she's about to speak up for Lin Wei. I look at Lin Wei. Now I understand why she brought them here. But I've already accepted that I have little connection with my parents. I don't expect anything. I don't hope for anything. I won't be disappointed. If I go back with you and marry someone else, Shen Yan can't have me. Then Lin Wei and he can become a legitimate couple. I look at her. That's what you're really thinking, isn't it, madam? Mother Lin's expression falters. No. Father Lin pulls me away roughly. The wind from the slap already brushed against my face. How dare you speak to your mother like that? Seeing that hand, years of fear surged in my heart. I instinctively stepped back, bumped into a human wall. His hand was stopped by someone. I breathed a sigh of relief. My heart was pounding hard. Chu Feng emerged from some corner. In his other hand, he held a wine gourd. He flung Lin Fu's hand away. You old fool, bullying a little girl? Have you no shame? Lin Fu staggered. Trembling, he pointed at Chu Feng, then pointed at me. You ran away from the Shen family just to hang out with this kind of person? Mingle with such people? Lin Wei abruptly interjected. Chu Feng, how could you help her? You clearly promised Xiao Yi. Chu Feng crossed his arms and looked at her. Yes, I owe Xiao Yi a favor. He wants me to repay it to you. But I only agreed with you to keep an eye on your sister. That doesn't mean I'm your tool. Ganging up on the weak, bullying the young. I can't stand it. Xiao Yi is the one who Lin Wei brought home that young hero. Lin Wei's face turned pale. Chu Feng continued. Now, Xiao Yi doesn't contact you anymore either. I've helped you this far. That's already more than enough. From now on, don't you dare cling to me. I'm very scared. His sword is half drawn. When I get scared, I tend to hurt people. Lin Wei shrank back and hid behind Lin Mu. Lin Fu looked at Lin Wei. You know him too? Chu Feng smiled brightly. Yeah, old fool. Your eldest daughter was so worried about your younger daughter's safety that she asked me to follow closely Lin Yue, who left the mansion, and escort her all the way here. Lin Fu's chest heaved. His body swayed, as if he was about to faint from anger. Shen Yan, when Lin Fu raised his hand, came to my side. Hearing this, he looked at Lin Wei. His voice was stiff. Lin Wei, didn't you tell me that Ah Yu was caught eloping with someone? All eyes are on Lin Wei. She opens her mouth but says nothing, frustrated and humiliated. Is it all my fault? Lin Yue wanted to leave on her own. As soon as I mentioned it, she packed faster than anyone. She's the one who didn't want Shen Yan. She's the one who didn't want her parents. That's true. I'm not denying it. Shen Yan's gaze shifts to me. His eyes shattered. I accept it calmly. Yes, she's right. I admitted it, without any explanation. Yue, you don't want your mother? But I've been searching for you for so long. How could you not want me? I don't believe she was completely unaware. You have Lin Wei as your daughter. That's enough. You don't need me to. Father Lin laughs in anger. What a fine daughter you are. After all the effort we went through to find you, we should have just let you be beaten to death in that remote village. Enough. Shen Yan cuts Father Lin off. He presses his lips together and looks at me with concern. Hey you, come back with me. I won't let anyone hurt you again. Father Lin's expression changes slightly, as if realizing his words went too far. Back then, when I came home in new clothes, my frail body couldn't even fill them out. He and Mother Lin were heartbroken, holding me and crying. And when they saw the scars on my body, they were furious and went to confront my adoptive parents. Their meager affection and love from the past now feel like daggers stabbing at me. Yue, Father Lin hesitates, his anger subsiding. Come home with me. Let me make it up to you. Xin Yan speaks calmly beside me. Lin Yue is my wife. She's spent more time with me than with you. Just focus on taking care of Lin Wei. No, we owe Yue, and we'll make it up to her ourselves. You and Wei should live your lives well. Lin's mother's words. It's unclear who she's speaking for. Lin Wei heard this. She took a step back from her mother in shock. How could you all abandon me? She stood up. Her gaze was vacant, in disbelief. You've all changed. It wasn't like this before. Lin Wei trembled all over. She looked at me. Tears glistened in her eyes. Why did you have to come back? They only needed me. She looked around, steeled herself, suddenly scooped up the hot wonton broth, and threw it at me. Zhu Feng quickly pulled me aside. Shen Yan stepped in front of me and got drenched by the hot soup. I shouted, Officer Wang, in his constable uniform, came over with his blade and swiftly restrained Lin Wei. Assault with intent. Such a clean-cut young lady. How'd you get so crazy? Zhu Feng had warned me earlier that Lin Wei was bringing her parents over to prevent them from causing trouble. I'd asked Officer Wang to hide nearby. I apologized to the customers, told them to eat elsewhere today. I only prepared enough for 3 people today. What a waste. Lin Wei snapped out of it, struggling violently. Let me go. Her eyes brimming with tears. She looked at her parents, finally realizing the fear. Father, mother. Lin's father tried to slip money into Officer Wang's hand. This is all a misunderstanding. Just a family squabble. No need to involve the authorities. Officer Wang pushed him away, eyes glaring fiercely. Bribing an officer? You're coming with me too. Lin Wei turned to Shen Yan, pleading. Shen Yan, save me. Shen Yan pressed his lips together slightly, but didn't even glance at her. Both Lin's father and Lin Wei were taken away, leaving only Lin's mother. She had no time for me, busy pulling strings to get them out. I felt exhausted. Closed the stall for a few days. Didn't see anyone. Shen Yan, from somewhere, found a dog. A pitch-black puppy. Only its 4 paws and the tip of its tail were white. It looked just like the little dog that once protected me. He knocked on my door, wanted to give me the dog. I stared blankly at the puppy. I couldn't help but reach out and pet its head. The puppy whimpered, nuzzled, and licked my hand. My eyes suddenly grew hot and moist. I miss my dog so much. Xin Yan said softly. I thought you'd like him. Let's keep him to guard the house. I withdrew my hand and shook my head. I don't want one that just looks like him. There was only one dog like that. Shen Yan looked at me and let out a helpless sigh. What do I have to do for you to forgive me? You care about Lin Wei. I'll tear up that marriage contract as soon as I get back and put your name on it. How about that? I kept shaking my head. I don't want you either. The puppy wagged its tail and rubbed against me. Shen Yan picked it up. The mud on its paws dirtied his clothes. I don't think we need to go this far. I haven't done anything unforgivable. You don't remember any of the good things I've done. Shen Yan gazed at me, earnestly and intently. No matter what you think, I've always considered you my wife. Lin Wei finds Shen Yan rigid. At first, I thought his steady demeanor was good, but now, facing his rigidity, I'm at a loss for words. Youngge, a faint voice, cut short my conversation with Shen Yan. Shen Yan and I both looked over at the same time. Lin Wei's mother was supporting Lin Wei. Her expression was clearly off, as if she didn't see me. She looked at Shen Yan, full of grievance. Shen Yan instinctively tried to explain. That's what she called me when we were kids. I don't know why she suddenly. I smiled. I've heard her call you by even more intimate names. No need to explain. Shen Yan's expression darkened. Yenge. Lin Wei let go of her mother and ran straight towards Shen Yan. The puppy got scared and struggled free from Shen Yan's arms. Lin Wei threw herself into Shen Yan's embrace. Shen Yan couldn't dodge in time. He held her by the shoulders to stop her from getting any closer. Mother Lin had aged years in just a few days. Wei must have been terrified in that prison. Now she doesn't recognize anyone, except for Shen Yan. Shen Yan frowned and looked at Lin Wei. Lin Wei was crying. his hands pushing her away, slowed. Don't leave me. But Shen-yan looked at me, his eyes full of struggle and conflict. I leaned against the door frame, watching Lin Wei carefully, wondering if she was truly broken or just pretending. I remembered. The last time I saw Shen-yan and Lin Wei being intimate, they looked so perfect together. Now, looking at Lin Wei crying her eyes out, I remembered how jealous I used to be of her. Lost in thought. Your sister is in this state. How can you still be smiling? I pressed my lips together and answered, Mother Lin. I'm laughing at myself. Shen Yan pushed Lin Wei away from his arms, looking at me with hope in his eyes. Yue. Are you jealous? A hint of delight flickered in his eyes. Lin Wei was at a loss. Looking at him with hurt, he ignored her. Didn't you promise her that you wouldn't abandon her? I replied casually. If you're the kind of man who breaks his word, then I'm truly disappointed. Shen Yan seemed to remember something. His gaze froze. Lin, if you're going to nitpick over such a small thing, you're wasting all the care I've shown you. The words slipped out, startling even myself. So this is what it feels like to talk down to someone. Suddenly, I understood why I was so hurt back then. Because I was never their equal. I was always looked down upon there. Anyone could stand above me. That's why I was so anxious. Not anymore. A genuine smile spread across my face. I wished them well. You two are perfect for each other. A match made in heaven. Without another look at the three of them, I slammed the door shut. I feel refreshed from the inside out. It's different from the sense of relief I felt when I left the Shen residence. This time, it's left me energized. I just want to do something. I don't want to sleep. I start mixing the filling and wrapping wontons. Just the act of wrapping wontons makes me want to hum a tune. It starts pouring rain outside. The window gets knocked. The candlelight casts a silhouette on the paper window. Chu Feng is leaning outside. Wanna go see the commotion? They seem to be arguing. I put down my work and look over curiously. Why? How did you know? Chu Feng lets out a laugh. I thought you were steady, not interested in any of this. I lower my head and pinch the edge of a wonton. Then he says, your parents want Shen-yan to go back with them to treat Lin Wei's illness. She can't be without him now. Shen-yan refused. Chu Feng clears his throat, deliberately flattening his tone. My affection for Lin Wei should have vanished when she ran from the wedding. It was my obsession. I couldn't let go. I've wronged Lin Yue, but I can't keep wronging her. I won't involve myself with Lin Wei's affairs anymore. You all should leave. You got the tone just right. I can almost picture Shen Yan saying it. Isn't it something? Shen Yan's words were like a miracle cure. Lin Wei's illness was instantly healed. She slapped him and swore to sever ties with him. Only then did Shen Yan realize Lin Wei was faking it to trick him. They're arguing right now. He tells it so vividly and humorously, I can't help but laugh. Chu Feng's voice comes, tinged with amusement. You can laugh like this too. Don't act so old all the time. You look older than me. I get up and open the window. Wind and rain sweep inside. Chu Feng's clothes are half soaked. He didn't expect me to open it. Seeing me, his eyes widen in surprise. I take out 10 coppers and hand them to him. Go buy yourself a drink. Chu Feng raised an eyebrow. He placed the coins in his palm, weighed them. What's this for? A thank you gift? Chu Feng tossed the coins back one by one. Each one landed perfectly on the table. If someone were treating me, that'd be fine. But thanks? No need. You don't have to thank me. To repay that favor, I owe you a bit. Consider this my compensation. I went back, picked up the coins, and placed them in his palm. Then consider this someone treating you. Chu Feng gave a slight, amused smile. He tossed the money up and caught it swiftly. Thanks. I glanced at the wrapped wontons. Just enough for 2 bowls. Chu Feng, have you eaten? Not yet. Just went to watch the commotion. I'll go cook the wontons. Chu Feng followed me inside. The fire was lit. The water boiled. The courtyard gate was being pounded loudly, as if urgently venting something. It was grating on the nerves. Chu Feng went to open the door. I ladled the wontons into 2 bowls. Suddenly, a heavy thud startled me. A bowl shattered. No time to clean it up. I went out to look. What's going on? Shen Yan was pinned by Chu Feng, an arm at his throat. What's going on? Chu Feng clicked his tongue. No idea. He tried to hit me as soon as he showed up. Chu Feng let go. Shen Yan staggered slightly. His eyes were burning with anger. It's so late. Why is he still here? Do you really have something going on with him? I didn't explain. Instead, I asked him, it's so late. What are you doing here? A red mark bloomed on Shen Yan's cheek. Strands of hair clung damply to him. He looked utterly disheveled. He steadied his breathing and stepped closer to me. I made it clear to them. From now on, I won't care about Lin Wei anymore. No matter what happens to her, I won't get involved. Something seemed off about him, coming here in the rain, and it seemed he'd been drinking. To avoid losing composure, Shen Yan rarely drank alcohol. He slowly raised his hand, tugging at my sleeve. His head bowed low. He set aside that proud demeanor. He wanted to discuss things with me. I just wanted to tell you, I won't let you down again. Don't be so quick to refuse. It's not like I have nothing to offer. I can keep teaching you to read. Music, chess, calligraphy, painting. Weren't you happy when you learned these things with me? weren't you? Right now, he was cautious and careful, just like I was back then. I thought for a moment and stopped being evasive. This matter needs to be settled, once and for all. I'm very grateful you taught me to read and write. I learned so much, and I managed the household in return. As a teacher, you were very capable, sir. But as a husband, I don't think I want that. I don't want a husband like that. I pulled my sleeve from his grasp. I laid it all out. When I first married into the Shen family, I relied on you a lot. You were the only one who was kind to me. I did care for you, once. A light sparked in Shen Yan's eyes, but it was brief. Very brief. Then I stopped liking you. I don't want to be your wife. Not at all. Chu Feng said Xinyan feels guilty toward me. I pressed my lips together, then continued. You don't need to feel guilty toward me either. Truthfully, aside from the beginning, when your favoritism toward Lin Wei hurt me, I paid no attention to you two afterward. That time in the ancestral hall, when you saw me with red, teary eyes, that was the only time I ever cried for you. You have nothing to feel guilty for. I simply didn't care about what you did. Didn't care. Xin Yan murmured. His expression dazed. He lowered his gaze. He seemed to let out a couple of laughs. The laughter was unsettling. I looked over. He swayed slightly, then collapsed straight to the ground. Chu Feng was stunned. He laughed. He just fell asleep? He was joking. I guess so, I replied helplessly. Master, he's passed out. I crouched down to help him up. Chu Feng pushed me away. He just picked Shen Yan up and slung him over his shoulder. I underestimated you. That mouth of yours is sharper than my sword. I'm just telling the truth. Shen Yan developed a high fever, muttering nonsense in his delirium. He's just like Lin Wei. Neither of them can handle changes that don't benefit them. Fragile and sensitive. Chu Feng pinched his nose and forced the medicine down his throat. After finishing one bowl, he asked me, what do you plan to do with him? Let him recover here with you. I was a bit troubled. I didn't understand why someone would willingly seek out suffering, to treat themselves so poorly. Is it because life is usually too good for them? The door was suddenly flung open. The sound of rain instantly filled my ears. Shen's mother stormed in, full of fury. Where is Shen Yan? Chu Feng and I stepped aside in unison, clearing a path for her. I don't know how long she had been traveling, but her weariness was obvious. She sat by the bed and placed her hand on Shen Yan's forehead. Her heartache was written all over her face. I went over and touched the door, feeling sorry for it, still wobbling from the impact. Suddenly, I felt a sharp, piercing gaze. I turned and met Shen's mother's hateful stare. Guards! Seize them. The servants she brought sprang into action in the courtyard. Chu Feng pulled me behind him. His sword was already drawn. The situation was about to explode. Only the clamor of the rain remained. A faint voice sounded like an illusion. Shen's mother immediately looked at Shen Yan. Mother, don't hurt her. Shen Yan's eyes were slightly open. His hand reached out from under the blanket and rested on the back of his mother's hand. Shen's mother was furious at his weakness. You're still protecting her? Is there a single decent person in that Lin family? Shen Yan suppressed a cough. His voice was weak and broken. No. It's not her fault. Please, mother, don't harm her. Mother and son stared each other down in a stalemate, each willing the other to back down. Finally, Shen's mother closed her eyes first and let out a heavy sigh. I could almost feel her chilliness. I smiled and replied, Mother, you worry too much. What you told me last time, I've taken it all to heart. You were right. My sister is generous by nature. She meant nothing by it. I've come to terms with it. How could I let my marriage to my husband sever a bond they've shared since childhood? Lin Yue. Xinyan's tone was heavy. It meant he was displeased. I looked at him, puzzled. I agreed with what they've always done. Why is he acting like this? Mother forced a smile and said, Good girl, Yue. I'm glad you understand. She paused, looking troubled. Actually, the reason I came besides checking on your health is to ask Shen Yan for a favor. Both Shen Yan and I looked at her. As you know, the young hero Weir brought back has been inseparable from her. But the other day, for some reason, they had a fight. That young man just left. Weir has locked herself in her room, refusing to eat or drink. None of us can talk her out. She looked at Shen Yan. Weir is willful, but she's always listened to you. So I wanted to ask you to talk to her. If she keeps refusing food and water, how will her body hold up? That's between them. I lowered my head to sip my tea. Shen Yan was silent for a long moment. I looked up. He was looking at me. He's testing me again. I was taken aback for a second. Then I hurriedly said, Husband, you should go. Every moment you delay is another moment my sister suffers. I truly am a magnanimous and dutiful wife. Under Mother's eager gaze, Shen Yan left with a cold expression. Without saying a word to me, Mother hurried after him. I saw them off at the door. My heart sighed. It seems Shen Yan was too worried about her. He even forgot to show courtesy to his elders. Just as I thought, when it comes to my sister, all his usual propriety and rules go right out the window. During my days of recuperation, the harmony vanished like a bubble. After Shen Yan visited the Lin family, he reverted to his usual commanding self. Apart from necessary interactions, he and I went half a month without having a proper conversation. Even our previous study review sessions were cancelled. In the vast Shen residence, He lived his life, and I lived mine. Seeing less of his cold face was actually a relief. But my mother-in-law was displeased. She blamed me for failing to guide my husband, letting Shen Yan's mind wander outside all day. So, I had no choice but to wait for him by the gate after nightfall. 2 red lanterns hung by the estate gate, illuminating the path. Shen Yan's figure gradually came into view. He was walking very slowly. I went down the steps to greet him. Only when I got closer did I see he was carrying someone on his back. My sister was dressed in men's clothing, leaning on his shoulder, playing with his hair. She saw me and casually let go. Shen Yan frowned. "Why are you waiting here?" I was still staring at my sister on his back. Her hair was tied up, wearing a headband, looking just like a carefree young gentleman, unrestrained, doing as she pleased. That feeling of jealousy surged up again. I forced myself to look away, forgetting to answer Shen Yan. Shen Yan's voice lowered. "Your sister sprained her ankle." So, I wasn't paying attention to his words. I nodded absent-mindedly. "I'll go fetch a doctor. You should carry her inside." I had to try very hard to keep the jealousy from showing in my eyes. I hurried off toward the clinic, forgetting to call a servant, ignoring Shen Yan calling me to stop. On the way back with the doctor, my mind was elsewhere. This distance was nothing to me, but suddenly, I felt utterly exhausted.